Nowadays, everyone's throwing the term around. Even the most unlikely people are referring to this shift into 5D like hardcore truthers reporting on political events in the world. And relatives and friends who haven't ever been interested in spiritual phenomena before. It truly does seem that a global awakening is happening. You have always had the answers, and I have always been there to remind you if you forget along the way. Do you sometimes find yourself on a roller coaster of emotions when all you long for is happiness? Realize that happiness is a feeling that visits and hides as you try to hold on to it. It is like a song that is sometimes covered by other notes like louder music with disharmony. You long for silence, but the music plays on as you feel lost again. Soon there are layers of emotions with feelings that drown out the beauty of the song of happiness. You search for it and long for it once more, but it remains elusive like a beautiful butterfly. It is before you and then it is gone. You sometimes faintly hear the music, but you cannot find it. For those unaware who are absorbed by the dark's agenda and fall victim to the old divide and conquer tactic, it is time to move forward and away from the games of the Matrix. You say you've been right about the conspiracy theories, but perhaps what you did is you manifested your fears. It is time to stop seeking the next rabbit hole and start seeking within your heart. You are missing a grand opportunity that's being offered to you to rise in consciousness and transcend the darkness which you've spent so much time on trying to expose. Earth prepares to enter a new reality of light. We call this reality the fifth dimension. The fifth dimensional grid pulsates the vibrations of love, compassion, empathy, and light of truth. This is what you must master in the now via the heart center in order to raise your own frequency and see yourself in the new reality. But what is really exciting is how those who have been spiritually awake for some time are now also experiencing new levels of awakening as well. The 5D frequencies are definitely flooding the planet at this point, creating more and more opportunities to wake up more easily than ever before to the true nature of who we are. You may be noticing this happening in your own life. Perhaps even despite challenging events occurring, you are occasionally having experiences that reveal who you are on a deeper level than ever before. Or your understanding of your spiritual essence is suddenly clearer than it's ever been. Maybe you're having profound experiences in which you seem to temporarily pop into a higher reality and you're experiencing yourself as a much more powerful, light-filled being, and you're yearning for them to last longer and to know how to have more of them. Happiness is part of love. It is a gift that you find and embrace as a word. A circumstance or an action makes you forget the joy you felt. It will return. Be still and know this. Realize that happiness is not something you chase on a path. Happiness is the path. It is within your heart and mind. It is within your interaction with all of life. Imagine in this moment the feeling of happiness. Free your heart and feel it. Whatever brought you happiness in your waking dream, go there now. Was it holding a tiny kitten when you were a small child? Was it looking at balloons in the sunlight? Perhaps it was the birth of your first child or having someone tell you that they love you. For everyone there is happiness available. It costs nothing but gives you everything. The more you show your happiness to others, the more it grows as it is felt in a vibrational frequency of love. The world is hungry for a smile, for hope and for peace. One pleasant reaction from the heart makes a difference to another being, whether a person or an animal. It is time to return to the heart and seek to understand yourself more, while taking a break from giving all your attention to the outer world. For what awaits you within is far more greater than what you see in front of you. It is time to become open for the higher emotions to come forth and be experienced on a regular basis. Joy, gratitude, love, bliss, optimism, trust. Observe and understand your emotional body, for it holds a vast amount of power. The emotional body is a very important part of you. With the emotional body, you have the power to transmute the low vibrational energies into high vibrational energies. The high heart is part of this emotional body, and that is the instrument that takes in low vibrations and transmutes them into higher light. We can turn the old vibratory thought forms, such as anger, hate, depression, fear, into higher light and compassion. Through compassion, once this godly emotion becomes permanent, DNA activation is in full swing. We create a protective grid around ourselves. All of these experiences are signs of the new awakening energy now present on the planet that is rapidly transforming every living being in preparation for the shift into 5D. And this energy is something you can more consciously tune into and take advantage of in your spiritual journey. If you pay attention to it and add your intention to shift more quickly into your higher 5D identity, you can find that you actually can do this more easily. It's true that very rapid spiritual evolution for everyone is happening anyway. No matter what you do or don't do at this point, you are going to be transformed into a much higher version of yourself. But how that transformation occurs, how rocky and painful or smooth and easy that process turns out to be, can be determined by you, by how consciously you make that transition. You can become more awake to how your 5D self is already beginning to make itself known to you and be alert to the ways in which this is happening. Happiness cannot be constant or held, for many other experiences must come so that you understand the purpose for each unique moment. Whether grief or despair, your soul will bring you back to remember laughter and memories of joy. A single moment can turn your life around. A moment of gratitude can bring happiness back to your being. This frequency is available to heal and guard your heart. If only for a moment, cherish this moment of happiness, for it holds peace and love to sustain you as the path of light is opened wider. In this light, we will always find one another. Now, if enough people reach this level, a protective grid is formed around the planet. What does this mean? Lower dimensional beings would no longer be able to perceive the planet, let alone attack it. This is what makes humans so powerful. The darker the situation seems to get on Earth, the closer you are to the light, to shifting into the new reality. Old timelines are being collapsed, leaving very little energetical support for the dark's plans to manifest. Layers of the veil continue to dissolve. This allows access for those who seek to broaden their perspectives and seeing higher truths. This next phase brings about the light quotient desirable and necessary for planetary shifts to take place. Brace yourselves. This will enable you to receive, hold and transmit the 9D frequencies of the Aldebaran Star Garden and to anchor these frequencies for the new Earth. You will also be initiated into the new tree of life for the new Earth and the age of Aquarius. This is the tree of life and grace, called the Tree of Grace, that has been inaugurated at the center of the Star Gardens to hold the central pillar of life for the new Earth. Those of you who are ready will step into the frequencies that will activate the Emerald Heart within you, and manifestation of new Earth through the evolution and initiation of species. The Star Garden is in the keeping of the Council of Light of Aldebaran, which includes members from Sirius and the Pleiades. It is a great library and seed vault for all templates of light for life forms that are seated in this part of your galaxy. It is from here that the Emerald Light codes are transmitted out to anchor holographic forms of new life templates and to issue evolutionary updates. The Emerald Light codes are a 9D frequency and therefore only available to those who have raised their consciousness to this level. Divine justice and order are being fully returned through us as we fully dissolve all false light matrices and realities / timelines and artificial overlays. All wrapped up in the memories and the inverted consciousness the old realities were based upon. So that now we can fully remember the golden timelines realities that we have merged all as one. As we complete this paradigm shift of the one consciousness, our realities shift for us, collectively. The light has already won, as we have transcended the false matrix realities, illusions, and inversions within the one mind. Our hearts and minds are bursting wide open, as we fully let go of all the trauma and pain, as we shift the way we have perceived what happened. As we heal our own wounds and traumas, we also help heal that of those around us through the infinite power of divine love and neutrality, as we see through the eyes of God again. As we remember our original innocence and divine self-essence, our eternal authentic self, as we remember that we are truly one. The cosmic Christ has been reborn. At the eclipses, those who are energetically ready will be able to align their frequencies with the Emerald Light codes by activating the Emerald Heart aspect of their sacred heart. This will align them with transmissions from the Star Garden and will allow them to receive and transmit these light codes on and for the Earth. This will be a gradual process to allow each individual to slowly shift into these higher frequencies without burning out. We ask you to be gentle with yourselves and to allow the process to unfold in a gentle way. The Tree of Grace, the new Earth Tree of Life. At the center of the Star Garden stands the new Tree of Life for the new Earth. It is called the Tree of Life and Grace, or simply the Tree of Grace. It embodies the divine feminine energies of grace and compassionate love that are at the heart of the new Earth consciousness. This Tree of Life holds the central pillar of consciousness for the Earth, and also is a great library for all the templates for life forms of the Earth and the solar system. It is the Great Mother who holds all life within herself. The new divine organic creatrix field and our heaven upon earth realities are ignited as we fully remember our ancient future right now. Now we fully put an end to AI and the false matrix simulation. As we reclaim our full and true power as the guardians of all new free worlds that we are. The original twin flames ignite each other's cosmic memories of golden realities lived and spent together that we're weaving. Merging and accessing together as we melt and merge our mental, emotional, spiritual and physical bodies together as we allow our hearts and minds to fully open in full trust in one another. Cleansing all remaining negative entities, interference patterns, black magic and artificial overlays, fallen angelics and karmic residue from all layers and levels of creation. Know that you are safe and feel the blessings being showered upon you now as you fully align with your true authentic self. In full alignment and atone with Source and all that is, where all fears dissolve.